The year is 1957. The Treaty of Rome has just been signed, forming the European Economic Community. Portugal, Spain, and Greece were dictatorships. Poland, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, Bulgaria, Romania, East Germany, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia were all under the Iron Curtain. Germany was divided into two, symbolized by the Berlin Wall. Yugoslavia was one country. In 1973, Ireland, the UK, and Denmark joined the EEC. In 1981, Greece joined, as they were no longer under the control of a military dictatorship. In 1986, Portugal and Spain joined, once they embraced democracy. In 1989, the Berlin Wall fell, along with the Iron Curtain. 1991 saw the dissolution of the USSR. 1992 saw the breakup of Yugoslavia. 1993 saw the breakup of Czechoslovakia. In 1995, Sweden, Finland, and Austria, three countries always seen as neutral in the East-West divide of Europe, joined the EU. In 2004, Malta, Cyprus, and 8 former communist countries joined the EU in the single largest expansion of the Union. In 2007, Romania and Bulgaria joined. In 50 years, the political map of Europe has been fundamentally changed. Over this time, the Union has enlarged from 6 to 27. This video is about enlargement. There are a variety of reasons to join the EU, depending on a country's level of economic and political development. Economics is one of the most pressing reasons for all applicants. The increased access of their citizens to European goods and services, combined with the access their businesses would gain to 500 million potential customers, makes the single market extremely attractive. This was a factor in all membership applications. Furthermore, in recent enlargements, there has been a marked increase in both economic growth and foreign investment after membership. This is due not only to the single market, but the increased confidence in the stability of the new member state. The ability to influence international trade talks increases due to collective bargaining tactics. Access to the EU's own development funds and the common agricultural policy are also primary factors in many applications, especially for those who are less economically developed. Ireland, for example, gained hugely from these policies, and many new member states, such as the Czech Republic, may do the same. The member states of the EU work collectively in some aspects of foreign policy. As such, being a member of the EU can increase your prestige and power at the international level, as the EU is a body with 500 million citizens, making it one of the most powerful blocs in the world. This acts as a deterrent to other powerful blocs who may try to bully a small or new state. There are lots of reasons why a country might want to join the EU. However, why should the EU let them join? By allowing new members into the EU expands its market. This is attractive to both new businesses and the businesses already here. The expansion of the single market gives EU businesses millions of potential new customers. For example, Irish beef can now be sold without tariffs to millions more people. It also increases the amount of places that EU citizens can work freely. Examining one country in particular currently working towards EU membership, Turkey, we can see what is in it for the EU. At the moment, the EU has an aging population, meaning that there are fewer workers to replace those who retire. Turkey has a young, well-educated population that could meet the urgent need for more workers. Giving Turkey EU membership would also send a powerful message to the Muslim world. While Turkey is a secular state, there are many who believe that they will never join what is seen by some as a Christian club. If Turkey were to join, these myths would be dispelled and would lend great credibility to the EU worldwide. Turkey also has a key geostrategic position as an energy conduit. Apart from Russia, Turkey is the only other possible route for Middle Eastern and Central Asian energy. Article 49 of the Treaty of the European Union states that any European state which respects the principles set out in Article 6(1) may apply to become a member of the Union. Article 6 of the Treaty of the European Union states that the Union is founded on the principles of liberty, democracy, respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms, and the rule of law, principles which are common to the member states. In order to gain membership, the Copenhagen criteria need to be met. The Copenhagen criteria state that to join the EU, a new member state must meet 3 criteria. Political: stability of institutions guaranteeing democracy, the rule of law, human rights, and respect for and protection of minorities. Economic: the existence of a functioning market economy and the capacity to cope with competitive pressures and market forces within the Union. In 1999, Turkey was recognized as a candidate country for EU membership. Negotiations were started in 2005, though there is no defined timescale for these negotiations, and it is expected that they will last some time. In 2003, in Thessaloniki, EU leaders told their counterparts in the Balkans that they were all recognized as potential candidates for EU membership. Currently, both the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia and Croatia are candidate countries, and Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, and Serbia, including Kosovo, have the status of potential candidate countries. These are the only countries that currently have a confirmed EU perspective. Countries who could probably join the EU quite quickly would be those who are members of the European Free Trade Association: Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Iceland, and Norway. These states have already assumed the single market acquis. In recent times, membership of the euro has attracted countries such as Iceland to consider joining the EU. Iceland is a member of the European Economic Area, meaning that it has access to the single market. Like in Norway, fear of losing control over the fishery resources in its territorial waters is the single largest issue keeping Iceland from joining the EU. The financial crisis and a run on the Icelandic kroner has led to speculation that Iceland may join both the EU and the Eurozone to shelter themselves from the financial storm. In the longer term, the EU may consider European neighborhood policy countries such as Ukraine, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Moldova, and Belarus. The main future challenge lies in the east, and takes the form of a balancing act with future EU enlargement on one side and a resurgent Russia on the other. The European neighborhood policy countries have stated that they want to join the EU, but Russia is not so keen on having the former Soviet bloc neighbors joining, as they see this as a threat to their national security. The EU must tread carefully on this issue so as not to aggravate one of their most strategically important neighbors.